What's happened? The guards at the gate.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that...
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala, but I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge... You couldn't do me a quick favor.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we have until find out exactly how much faster.
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. I know, but no buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Bonnie came to give me a message from the talks with the Republican arm. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consort, though prices have fallen of late. We deliberately offered the consortium offered double what we...
And you had no opportunity to make...
None at all.
Elle? What? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones to fist. How did the consortium...
It's not so surprising. They have ear... This isn't over. The consortium will have to... I'm going to Randalam.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my boss? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an app. You go to Cashlock. Even if I fail to free... Someone needs to prepare the place.
Oh, and that's me. Well, it looks like I'm following all from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, so I bid you farewell. I'll gather my men and leave for Cash. You go to Randala and see if you can stop my sister.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randala, then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Ready, go? Run like the wind. You deserve a rest. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with it?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchase. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested, and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions, but what is done is done. Come then.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merch. The bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across a most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage. That's what you get when you deal with Continental.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long...
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little... And with it, my interest...
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have my... He was right. Yes, the Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers, but their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to...
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn, but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I...
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them.
Eloise, word from Cashlock. The villagers, a pack of beasts have come down from the mountains. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clyde. I'll gather some men and join you there.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming. I can walk from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
And so will you!
sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye. Oh.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery he showed. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with...
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first Barry.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the... And I was chosen to inherit the... I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo... a late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house before they could. I took him into...
Theo told me something. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. Just as you freed him.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered how much easier my life might have been if I had devoted myself to the family business. But I have never regretted. Being with my brother meant more to me than... I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night. He was never a burden. If anything, I was the one...
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted was so we could be... Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more. So I'll carry on bringing Smile and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of mine to continue helping you however I...
Thank you, Claire. Let's go on together.
I got peppers to numb your tongue up.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before about...
So many were injured. Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his raid, not that any of those things still exist.
And what does he want with Northridge?
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded.
He would rob the populace.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage.
What does Captain Philippe make it? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking a man whose stated aim is to revive the captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. If it did not, but given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal for your services to Northreach? You have the risk, and unlike Philippe, no bonds of... well?
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the...
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Hawks. Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the...
No, actually. With the Duke, I was hoping I might be able to...
We're under orders not to let any civilians... But you should be all right. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid, and I shall see it... But tell me, is it wealth?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan.
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison, yet you needn't be. A proud pride of place, in fact. For two, but no more. For it is they who shall see the holy...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build a wall around both to create a Plans are all soon enough. These thralls...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these... Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come...
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, one whose authority... That is why this levy is... So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be... And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I
suspect they're...
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean you would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted...
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then how putting...
Without an empire...
And in yours, there will be... Is that what Greek...
Do not take her name in vain.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really... It wouldn't hurt to ask them. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
As long as you remain, the Vale will see to your needs.
You needn't fret. The creatures...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. I heard the dame got an eye concert with the man.
A question. What do you think of the...
Don't get you build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble. If he thinks his name and his will do whatever it takes. I heard he was a dreadful.
All right there.
Just your opinion. I wondered what you thought.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall. And now he's trying to drive us out completely. If the dame said she wanted...
I've been hearing a lot.
Nothing good up. Going around acting like... and with hardly a word to the dead.
I take it you'd rather shoot.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence to sod off.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers? Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the...
Well, he's made a... I mean, look around us. The traders might think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the... And if that means people who don't...
Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
You're the one who was talking...
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to... What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me, listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blues...
I left everything. As long as you remain, the veil will see to your needs.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plan. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to... All I know is that unless the... Look, no one likes all these taxes, and once Sandbreak is back on her feet...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of... Do you intend to go along?
To tell you the truth, I'm in too much. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
And she's probably... Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Well, duty calls. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to...
I was.
Well, it will certainly, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the... They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and the soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrak? I dare say I thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your unit?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love.
Why?
Because I realize what really matters. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady. It was you who finally convinced there's no point following orders if they go against everything.
Indeed.
All of us. Stand. That has always been Northreach. We have only to turn around. Thank you, Philippe.
Anything for you. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few? I fear His Eminence has...
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first.
There may be hope for North, especially with men like I, for my part, shall continue, but I suspect I shall have... Until then, Clive.
Until then?
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might...
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins...
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fall, as if protecting the secret.
Secrets we'd see.
Should our methods be... Mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. A small I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that...
All right.
They will be most... Might I suggest you take the... It will lead you straight to the village, after Butter...
Thank you.
I wish you a safe...
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
Faster!
Good girl. Run like the wind. No mistakes. Don't get surrounded. All right. You deserve a rest. Oh no. You'll pay for this. May still be survivors. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes are thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a...
You call that? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origin, a duty of the highest import.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your...
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agree to collect your...
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in...
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Let us continue then. There is a second.
Parchment. Ah, you are returned.
I collected your colleague here.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you.
Cyril, your survey part, losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not, were these your...
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty. And should we die in discharge...
Even when death is avoided...
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to... But allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good... Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their... Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you. Please.
I thank you, for if you will permit me to respond. Our faith in his grace, Joshua, and we of the Undying will do what as first shield to the Phoenix.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Everything's back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Us just as the good lady...
Are you a lord? Lubor's they're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil. because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from...
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child. And the vote, but if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. Speaking of men, maybe a rather
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set, and they have formed what one could, and they grow more organ.
We'll fight them all off, just like that, won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work, the longer we avoid fate, our best hope, by finding those ne'er-do-well, perhaps,
How could I refuse?
Thank Victor will have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving...
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between the Lord and a... That's easy.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned.
I did. I've developed something, having worked so hard to see it. A sentiment, Master...
You're not the only one.
What does he want?
He asked for my aid in putting down the and he said that you might be able to help.
Then you've come at just the right... There are more camps in the... But we must strike.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
The one who killed Locke and Fingers. Take his head off! This one. Get him.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the...
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town. They're saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. Some of the children spotted him, and when Lubor felled him, and without a Christ...
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here.
You're right.
And now I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well, it was bound to come out soon.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just...
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that you...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. You had to make Conrad and they know that Lubor and I are Lord Underhill.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here. I can't promise it.
And that...
Why are you taking the bait?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
You all along that he...
Forgive me for disturb.
As have I, Lord. The rumors that he's a bear.
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, in this at least he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from...
Perhaps. That is... And they will thank you.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to...
You never know. Once they're angry...
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless? But perhaps...
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better...
But Lubor...
Rosina would often... That steel does not lie. That a blade is a... Yourself be true. That rather an ironic one when you consider that her... But I do not doubt that she was always... And so must I be. I must... And now... I must embrace my new role of villain, for only united can they hope to... I'll need to make a suit...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you could...
I would not take...
Over. And so just like that, I thought you were better, but it seems you hadn't...
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right...
Of those available to me, I believe it's... but where are my manners? Here. Right then.
If there's anything I can do...
I'll bear it in mind.